Hey guys, Mr. Marcus here, and as you can see, we're back with some Southampton Master League, and in today's episode we have 3 matches for you as usual, and of course one of those matches will be in the League Cup, which is this first match against Aston Villa. Of course, the League Cup matches can always go all the way to penalties, so as you can probably tell from this, well, the foreshadowing, it goes to penalties. So yeah, it's not really that good, but in the other 2 matches we are facing off against, I have no clue who the second one is against, but the third one I think is against Newcastle United. So yeah, 2 in the Premier League and 1 in the FA Cup, which is this match against Aston Villa. So Aston Villa are one of those teams which I didn't have trouble against 2 episodes ago, but again they have the likes of Benteke and Agbomoho, and they always cause trouble because they're so goddamn quick. And of course you have Okore at the back, who is quite good himself. So as you can see there, we've actually changed the kit ever so slightly, made it slightly darker red because it's slightly more realistic than the red I had before, which was really strong red, but I decided to make a little bit of a change and made it slightly darker. So with that being said, the game kicked off, and in the 14th minute of the match here, Schneiderlin on the ball gives it to Pella, Pella gives it to Tadic, Tadic gives it back to Schneiderlin to Pella, Pella gives it to Tadic, and Tadic gave it back to Pella, and Pella missed an opportunity to score basically. But 4 or 5 minutes later, more or less from the counter-attack, Ashley Westwood down his left-hand side runs past Nathaniel Klein, really poor defending from me, and really fortunately Christian Benteke scores through the legs of Badstuber, and it hits off and goes to it's a deflected goal essentially for Christian Benteke. But we go up to the 46th minute of the match here as Benteke gets another opportunity. It goes into the side netting, and at half-time it's 1-0 to Aston Villa, which is a really bad result. So, like I said, it goes to penalties, so you sort of know that I sort of said that already. But in the 65th minute of the match here, Agbomoho through on goal, Schneiderlin comes flying back, and I take him out completely and get a straight, second yellow card. It's a straight red card. It's a second yellow card for Morgan Schneiderlin, the captain. And, well, it was sort of cynical, but I mean, it was what I needed to do if I was going to end up getting an opportunity in this match. So, in about the 70th minute of the match, Tadic does actually equalise for us, which is pretty good. It's quite nice finish there, as you saw there. It was nice, low across the ground. And literally going into the last minutes of the match here, J. Rodriguez gets an opportunity with a header. He probably should have scored that. And the final whistle blows, make it finished 1-1, as you saw there. We sort of probably did deserve to actually destroy them. But in the last minutes of the match here, literally the last minutes of extra time, Jovetic on the ball tries to pass it back to James Ward-Prowse, who's been on a ridiculous goal-scoring record and goal-scoring form. And that was that. So the final whistle goes 1-0 was the final whistle, 1-0 was the final result, and it goes all the way to penalties. And in penalties, of course, anything can happen, but penalties, I'm quite good at them. I'm quite good at saving them as well, especially in PES, because PES gives you the opportunity to dive early, which is good because diving early makes a lot of help. But Jovetic took the first penalty, just pings it to the left, makes your life a lot easier. Get it hard, get it hard, keep it low, and hit right down the middle or to the left. It's usually the way I go. But in their first penalty, they actually miss it and hit the bar, which is just goddamn hilarious. They actually jumped the completely wrong direction and they hit the bar. But the second penalty is taken by J. Rodriguez for me. He ends up hitting the post himself, which is goddamn ridiculous because J. Rodriguez really should have scored there, as it hit a little bit too far to the right. I think Westwood was taking this penalty. I'm not really sure who it is. They make a really good save from it though, as Fraser Forster saves the penalty, saves the day, and it's still 1-0 after 4 penalties taken. The third penalty for me was taken by Dusan Tadic, and Tadic has a ridiculously long run-up, so you have to keep the thing held for that long. Of course, he pings it bottom right to make it 2-0 to us. On penalties, Christian Benteke, next penalty taker for Aston Villa, he ends up picking it to the bottom right. We end up diving bottom left, and into the James Ward-Prowse taking a penalty, which he doesn't really take too many of them, but this time he just pings it into the top left-hand corner, hits with a lot of pace, which nothing Brad Guzman can do about it. And it's down to the last penalty, which is going to be taken, I think, by, you'll see in a moment, I think it's Kieran Westwood. Yeah, it's Westwood. So the other player, number 10, must have been Vyman. So Kieran Westwood steps up to take the penalty, which could potentially mean anything, and he actually hits it over the crossbar, and we end up qualifying for the next round of the FA Cup, which is quite a good achievement considering that, you know, at the current moment we're still in it for a treble, but we do have Barcelona in the Champions League, so probably just a double, so it'll be okay. It's going to be okay. So With that being said, Tadic was the man of the match with a 6.5 rating. From other results, Sunderland beat Everton, Sunderland beat Arsenal, QPR beat Everton, Hull beat Tottenham, West Ham beat Man United, Norwich beat Man City, Newcastle beat Liverpool, and Chelsea beat Huddersfield Town. No, they beat Swansea. So Chelsea are the only hard team left in the competition, and unfortunately for us, they're our next opposition. So into the next match of this episode in the Premier League is against Swansea City, and of course Swansea have Wilfred Boney up front. Wilfred Boney is just a ridiculous animal in this game, hence why his move to Manchester City wasn't really that much of a surprise for me. He's quite good in real life as well. I wouldn't rate him up there with Manchester City players, but he is pretty good. As you see there, Graziano Pella has actually dropped by 2 overall rating in about 3 matches, which is just ridiculous, considering it's just because he's 31. It makes no sense. I mean, he still scores all these goals, but I mean, what can I say about that? So, into this match against Swansea, Swansea pose a lot of threat to me because they're quite a goddamn good team going forward. But again, they always make mistakes at the back, and with Fabianski in goal, you've always got an opportunity from a corner kick because he flaps the ball a lot. Because, you know, his name is Flapianski, and that's just a joke. But, yeah, I mean, that's really about it. But Pella did play up front in this game. I gave J. Rodriguez rest because, you know, he's played a lot of football recently and he probably deserved it. James Ward-Prowse, however, he plays every match for me. But into the 11th minute of the match here, as Schneiderlin steals the ball, of course, he is suspended in the FA Cup and not the league anymore, anyway. And it's just some really good play from Pella and Belhanda to eventually get a shot away. It's a really good shot and it's a really good save from Fabianski. But come up here to literally about the 46th minute of the match here, Schneiderlin steals the ball from Shelvey, and nothing comes to it at all. As we see here, 0-0 at half time. It's just a ridiculously bad result at the current moment. 5 shots, 3 on target, 1 shot from Swansea. But coming to the 51st minute of the match here, as Pella skins past a couple of players, gets a shot away. It's a really good shot, and it's an absolutely great finish past Fabianski to make it 1-0 to us at home against Swansea City. So, as you see there, in the 72nd minute of the match, after a great finish from Graziano Pella, of course, comes out to the 72nd minute. It's a great shot from James Ward-Prowse, and again, he just flaps it in the hand, gives it basically to no one. And from that, it comes out again straight here to Morgan Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin, well, eventually the ball comes out here to the right hand side to Bertrand, who skins past a couple of players. I genuinely thought when I did this, I was in charge of, I thought I was in complete control of Jovetic, but that was Ryan Bertrand, and he scores his 2nd goal of the season. His 1st goal of the season came against, I do not remember, but it was only like 2 or 3 games ago, episodes ago, so that was quite good. But into the literally last minutes of the match, there's Shane Long actually come on to in Pella's place, and doesn't really do much, really, to be honest, and that was that. So the final score was 2-0 against Swansea City. Pretty decent result at home. Swansea are one of those teams which always seem to have quite a good amount of chances against me. Not in this game, they only had 3 shots, 0 of which were on target. And into the last match of this episode, it is against Newcastle United, and of course Newcastle, one of those teams I usually destroy because I find it very easy to play against them. But of course here I tried J. Rodriguez on the right hand side and I put him back onto the left hand side because he's better on the left. But of course Badstuber got a red card 2 games ago or whatever, so Guard also takes his place again. Schneiderlin, of course, still playing in that midfield with James Ward-Prowse. So of course we're playing at home and we're going up against Newcastle, who will be playing in their grey away strip instead of their home black and white strip, because if they were playing the black and white strip, it looked too much like a Sunderland Newcastle game, it looked like a derby game. So I decided to make it that. That's more or less the reason why I played them in their away strip. But Graziano Pella again started this game. He's making quite a lot of he's sort of making a lot of rights to sort of want to stay, which is good because he probably deserves to stay because he's an absolute animal. He was an animal in the first season. He is technically the UEFA Best Player of the Year because he actually won that award after the first season, which is just crazy. Been to the 15th minute of this match, and it was Newcastle who actually took the lead as Haidara on the ball here crosses it into CM De Jong, and CM De Jong ends up heading it past Fraser Forster for a pretty decent header. I mean, it was a pretty good header, and at half time it was 1-0 to Newcastle. So considering at the start of the season I think we beat him like 4-0 or whatever, Belhanda's debut, and he scored like 2 goals. we were having trouble in this game. So in the 50th minute of this match, and Jay Rodriguez picks up the ball and gives it back to Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin just buys his time, gives it to Belhanda, who gives it to Jovetic, Jovetic to Rodriguez, Rodriguez to James Ward-Prowse, and James Ward-Prowse into the back of the net to score his 5th goal in 5 games. He's just goddamn ridiculously good at this current moment. He's just on form crazily. But into the last 10 minutes of the match here, as we see Campbell on the ball, plays it to Jay Rodriguez. Jay Rodriguez gets an opportunity and he himself finesses it into the back of the net to score what must be his 10th goal of the season. He's just on a great run of form. But into the last minutes of the match, there's Joel Campbell on the ball, waits for Tadic to make the run down his right hand side, as eventually we get a cross in here, and the cross comes to literally nothing. For some reason, Joel Campbell, I couldn't have been in control of him as the ball comes flying to him, but for whatever reason, Klein has he has a shot from about 20 odd yards, which goes wide, but it doesn't matter because we won 2-1, and that's all that really does matter. So with that logic, we had 16 shots, 12 on target. Let's look at the Barclays Premier League table. Jay Rodriguez, man of the match. So after some results, Arsenal are still top with 53 points, and we are second still with 47. Man City right behind us on 46. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.